Good day, everyone. My name is Joshua Dulay, and our topic today is about technological and biological hazards in tourism. Technological hazards originate from technological or industrial conditions, dangerous procedures, infrastructure failure, or human activity. Chemical, biological, radiological, and nuclear hazards are all types of technological hazards. They are commonly grouped together because they share lots of the similarities, and many of the preparedness and response measures are the same or very similar. Chemical hazard are the unexpected release of substance that is potentially harmful to humans, animals, or the environment. They can happen due to technological accidents, the impact of natural hazards, conflict, and terrorism. Chemical hazards are the typical of hazardous chemicals and hazardous materials in general. Exposure to certain chemicals can cause acute or long-term adverse health effects. A hazardous chemicals can be a solid, liquid, or gas. It can be a pure substance consisting of one ingredient or a mixture of substances. It can harm the health of a person who is exposed to it. Biological hazards are the biological substances that threaten the health of humans and other living beings. They include infectious disease outbreaks, epidemics, animal plagues, and infestations. Contamination can occur through natural exposure to the agent. Accidental release of microorganisms, for example, from a research facility, or by deliberate act. A biological safety hazard is a substance produced by an organism that may pose a threat to human health. Anything that can cause harm to people, animals, or infectious plant materials can be considered a biological hazard. Biological hazard are the organic origin or conveyed by biological vectors including pathogenic microorganisms, toxin, and bioactive substances. Examples are bacteria, viruses, or parasites, as well as venomous wildlife and insects, poisonous plant, and mosquitoes, carrying disease-causing agents. Nuclear hazards are the hazards involving the accidental or intentional release of potentially harmful radioactive materials, for instance from nuclear power plants, research reactors, or nuclear weapons. Exposure to very high level of radiations, such as being close to an automatic blast, can cause acute health effects such as skin-borne and acute radiation syndrome. It can also result in long-term health effects such as cancer and cardiovascular disease. Radiation can damage the DNA in our cells. High dose of radiation can cause acute radiation syndromes or cutaneous radiation injuries. High doses of radiation could also lead to cancer later in life. Radiological hazards are the hazards involving all other sources of radiation, for instance, radiographic machines, radioactive materials used in industry, and lost or stolen radioactive sources. Infrared rays can cause skin-borne and cataracts. UV light can cause skin-borne skin cancer, conjunctivitis, and arc eye. Laser can cause permanent severe damage to the eye and skin. Exposure to ionizing and UV radiation can damage DNA and can cause health effects such as cancer later in life. Examples of technological hazards may include industrial pollution, nuclear radiation, toxic waste, dam failures, transportation accident, factory explosion, and chemical spills. Industrial pollution. The pollution spread industries, the form of solid, liquid, and or harmful gases into the environment is called industrial pollution. It can be defined as a source of air, water, soil, and noise pollution. Nuclear radiation. Nuclear radiation is also called ionizing radiations. Is the energy released as high-speed charged particles of electromagnetic waves. Radiation can come from many sources, both natural and manufacturers. All living things are constantly exposed to low doses of radiations from rocks, sunlight, and cosmetic rays. Toxic waste. Some common examples of hazardous waste include discarded solvent used in industrial cleaning, automotive paint waste, toxic metal bearing, gas from steel production, and tank sludge from chemical manufacturings. Dam failures. Dam failures or leak breaches can occur quickly and without much warning, causing severe flooding and the surrounding area and result in property damage and loss of life. Transportation accident. Road accidents can result in a wide range of physical injuries, from minor cuts and braces to severe injuries, such as broken bones, spinal cord injuries, traumatic brain injuries, and amputations. These injuries can impact a person's health and well-being, leading to the long-term disabilities and reduced mobility. Factory explosion. Fire in explosive atmospheres can be caused by work which involves storage, use, or creation of flammable substances, including gases, mist, or vapor, or by combustible dusts. If there is enough of substance mixed with air, then all it needs is source of ignitions to cause an explosions. Chemical spills. Corrosive chemicals can cause severe burns when touched, damage eyesight, and cause harm to the respiratory tract. Some chemical spills have a delayed carcinogenic effect such as asbestos inhalation, causing lung cancer year after the initial exposure. Technological hazard also may arise directly as a result of the impact of a natural hazard or a man-made incident or event. Importance of managing risk in tourism. Safety of tourists. Ensure the safety of travelers is paramount. Create a health and safety protocol. Develop a safety regulation for customers. Train your staff in safety regulations. Verify your practices. Collaborate with your partners. Communicate your regulations. Reputation of management. A good reputation is vital in the tourist industry. A strong reputation increases customer confidence, build loyalty, and drive sales as people are more likely to buy your products or service if they perceive your brand positively. Technological hazard. These are risks and threats that arise from the use of technology or the malfunction of technological system. In the context of tourism, technological hazard can be include issues like cyber attack, transportation failures, accident or technical malfunction in vehicles or aircraft, and communication disruption, loss of connectivity or information system failures. Cybersecurity hazard is tourism refer to the risks associated with data breach, hacking, and the compromise of digital system and information. Cybersecurity risk is the probability of exposure or loss resulting from a cyber attack or data breach on your organization. Transportation hazards encompass accident, technical failures, or other issues related to the movement of tourists, such as a plane crash, shipwreck, or vehicle accidents. Communication disruptions involve the breakdown or failure of communication system used in tourism, such as phone line, internet connectivity, or mobile network. Impact and prevention of technological hazard. Impact of technological hazard can result in range of negative consequences. Financial loss can lead to the theft of sensitive customer information and financial losses. Reputation damage can tarnish the reputation of tourism, business, or destination. Safety concern can result in injury or lost life. Prevention. To address this technological hazard effectively, several preventive measures can be implemented. Cybersecurity measures, transportation safety protocol, contingency planning for communication disruptions.
Good day everyone, I am Evangeline Rosique and we'll be talking about biological hazards. So biological hazards are risks associated with living organisms and biological processes. In the context of tourism, they typically refer to the potential for disease outbreaks. So when we say biological hazards in tourism involve risk linked to living organisms and biological activities, as what I've said earlier. This includes the threat of diseases spreading, such as during pandemic like COVID-19, contamination of food and water that can make people sick, and encounters with wildlife that may pose health risks to tourists. These hazards are mainly concerned with public health and safety in the tourism context. So moving forward, let's talk about impact and prevention of biological hazards. So biological hazards can have reaching consequences. The first one is health risk. Disease outbreaks such as pandemics can lead to the rapid spread of illnesses among tourists and local populations. So as we elaborate this one, health risks like pandemics can quickly spread among both tourists and locals. This is not only poses health risks but can strain local healthcare systems due to a sudden influx of patients. The second one is economic impacts. So disease outbreaks can result in travel restrictions, cancellations, and decreased tourism. So these economic impacts causing financial losses for businesses and destinations that rely on tourism-related income. So the last one is reputation damage. High-profile cases of food and water contamination or disease outbreaks can severely harm the reputation of a destination and the businesses operating within it. So, this negative perception can affect both the place itself and the businesses operating within it. So let's proceed about prevention of biological hazards. So as you guys can see, there's 5 prevention. The first one is health and safety protocols. So it is important to ensure the health and safety of the people or the tourists. The second one is food safety measure to prevent sickness of the people. The third one is education and awareness. The fourth one is surveillance and monitoring, and the last one is emergency response plans. So now let's proceed to the importance of prevention about technological and biological hazards. So preparedness and response for both technological and biological hazards in tourism are essential for minimizing the impact of this risk and ensuring the safety and well-being of tourists and staff. This measure should be tailored to the specific risk and characteristics of your tourism operation or destination. So being ready to handle both technological and biological hazards in tourism is crucial to reduce their impact and keep tourists and staff safe. It means having plans and actions in place. The key is to customize these measures based on the unique risks and features of your tourism operation or destination. One size doesn't fit all. Your preparedness and response should be specifically designed to fit the particular challenges your tourism setting might face. And that would be all. Thank you for watching and listening.